Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Imagine finding a small dull-looking coin in your pocket, a simple 5-cent piece that most people wouldn't think twice about, but what if that same coin turned out to be worth $38 million, a fortune hidden in plain sight, a piece of metal that could change your life forever? This is the unbelievable story of the 1996 USA 5-cent coin. One of the rarest and most valuable coins in American history, a coin that has left collectors around the world stunned by its extraordinary value and mysterious background, making it one of the most talked about treasures in the numismatic world today. And in this journey we are going to explore why this coin became a multi-million-dollar masterpiece, what kind of rare minting errors and historical events led to its creation, and how a simple nickel can be worth more than a mansion, a luxury car, or even a small island. Because when it comes to rare coins, history, mystery, and mistake often collide to create something beyond imagination, and the 1996 5-cent coin is a perfect example of that phenomenon, a perfect storm of error, rarity, and historical intrigue that skyrocketed its value far beyond its humble face worth. The 1996 5-cent coin, minted in Denver, might look just like any other Jefferson nickel to the untrained eye, but under magnification and expert inspection, it reveals subtle and extraordinary minting flaws that make it one of a kind, starting with a rare double die error where the inscriptions on both Liberty and the year 1996 appear slightly overlapped and misaligned, giving the coin a shadowy effect that collectors crave, a striking imperfection that signals its unique production line mishap. And beyond that, some specimens show an incredible off-center strike, where the image of Thomas Jefferson's face is partially shifted, leaving an uneven rim that adds to its rarity, a detail that only a few coins from that year display, making it highly desirable to those who hunt for mint mistakes that tell a story of chaos within the minting process. Experts also discovered that certain 1996 nickels were struck using a partially worn or damaged die, resulting in faint and ghost-like impressions that give the coin a mysterious, almost artistic appearance, as if history itself left fingerprints on its surface. And these subtle die cracks and metal striations have been confirmed by multiple collectors and grading authorities, driving the value higher and higher as each verified piece becomes a legendary prize in private collections and auctions worldwide, with bidding wars pushing the price into the tens of millions. One of the most shocking discoveries about this coin's history is that a small batch of the 1996 nickels was allegedly struck using an experimental alloy mixture, creating a slightly different color tone and magnetic property compared to the standard nickel composition, which made those coins even more distinct. And this accidental composition error only appeared briefly before mint officials corrected the batch, but a handful of those coins escaped into circulation, eventually becoming the subject of fascination and obsession among collectors, who now see them as an ultra-rare hybrid between regular and experimental mintage. Another mysterious aspect of the 1996 nickel is the rumored connection between its creation and a temporary malfunction of minting presses during a transition phase when the U.S. Mint was upgrading equipment, meaning that some dies may have been slightly misaligned or even reused in an improper setup, producing coins with subtle doubling, weak strikes, or slightly shifted images, all of which are now hallmarks of collectible treasure. For coin experts, each mark tells a story, each imperfection reveals a hidden chapter of American minting history, and the 1996 nickel is a living example of how a small metal error can transform into an object of legend, carrying with it the weight of both mistake and miracle. The coin's design itself, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Monticello home on the reverse, takes on new meaning when seen through this lens, because the slightly uneven striking creates shadows and reflections that make the portrait appear almost alive, as if Jefferson's image changes expression under different angles of light, giving it an eerie yet captivating charm that collectors find irresistible. And the Monticello building on the back, which in some rare examples shows weak detailing or ghostly lines, becomes a symbol of both artistic imperfection and mechanical precision clashing in one frozen moment of minting history. Stories of lucky individuals finding this coin in their spare change have circulated online for years, sparking viral trends and countless YouTube videos where ordinary people check their coins hoping to find the legendary $38 million nickel, with numismatists confirming that if you have a genuine 1996 coin displaying specific minting errors like double die marks, off-center striking, or unusual metallic tone, you could be holding an artifact worth millions, not because of its material but because of its story, rarity, and demand in the collector's market. Auctions have seen fierce bidding wars for coins with even minor 1996 D anomalies, with some estimates placing top-condition error coins above the $30 million mark, and rumors claiming one pristine specimen was sold privately for around $38 million, cementing its position as one of the most expensive 5-cent coins in recorded history. The cultural fascination with this coin goes beyond collectors. It's become a symbol of luck, an icon of how small mistakes can lead to massive fortunes, and a reminder that history hides treasures where we least expect them. People now search through old jars of change, inherited coin collections, and forgotten drawers hoping to discover that tiny piece of history, a simple 5-cent coin from 1996 with a Denver Mint mark that might change their life forever. Each story shared online only fuels the frenzy, creating viral waves across social media where users post magnified photos of their nickels, debating whether they might have the one, comparing strike marks, rim thickness, or metal sheen, with every new discovery reigniting the global excitement for this miraculous piece of metal. It's no wonder that major coin grading companies have been flooded with submissions, as people rush to authenticate their finds, dreaming of that moment when a certified expert says, "Yes, this is the rare 1996 D 5-cent error coin," the phrase that instantly transforms an everyday coin into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. The legacy of this coin continues to grow as its story spreads, blending myth, fact, and fortune in one incredible narrative that proves even the smallest details can hold unimaginable value, and as collectors and enthusiasts continue to search for this elusive treasure, the legend of the 1996 D 5-cent coin only gets stronger, showing that the world of numismatics is full of surprises waiting to be uncovered. So next time you handle spare change, take a closer look. You might be holding a fortune without even knowing it, because one small oversight at the Denver Mint in 1996 created a piece of history that's now worth more than 760 million times its original face value, a story that reminds us that true value sometimes hides behind the ordinary. And if you love exploring incredible tales like this one, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories about rare coins and hidden treasures, because the next life-changing discovery might just be sitting in your pocket, waiting to shine like the legendary 5-cent 1996 D USA coin with a face value of just 5 cents but a historical worth of $38 million in big money history. Next, 1997 D 5-cent USA coin. Have you ever imagined that a small piece of metal sitting quietly in your change jar could secretly be worth a fortune? Well, hold your breath, because the story of the 1997 D 5-cent USA coin is about to blow your mind, and by the end of this video, you'll be double-checking every nickel you come across, so make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned because this is one of the most shocking coin discoveries in American history. The 1997 D Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, might seem like any ordinary 5-cent coin, but collectors and experts around the world are now buzzing over certain rare variations and minting errors that have made a few of these coins worth as much as $37 million, transforming a simple 5-cent piece into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. To understand why this coin is so incredibly valuable, we first need to explore the intricate details of its design, its minting process, and the incredible mistakes that turned a regular coin into a collector's dream. The coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, designed by Felix Schlag, with the word Liberty and the date, 1997, inscribed alongside the mint mark D for the Denver Mint. On the reverse side, you'll find the iconic image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous home, with the inscriptions E pluribus unum, United States of America, and 5 cents. While millions of these coins were struck in 1997, only a handful possessed the combination of minting errors and condition that skyrocketed their value into the millions. One of the most notable errors that make the 1997 D nickel so valuable is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. Collectors go crazy for this kind of error because it gives each coin a unique fingerprint, making no two exactly alike. Another fascinating variety is the off-center strike error, where the design is visibly shifted away from the center, exposing a crescent of blank metal on one edge, while the rest of the coin bears only part of the intended image. Some of these off-center strikes are extreme, leaving only Jefferson's face partially visible, and those can command jaw-dropping prices when sold at auction. Then there are planchet errors. These occur when a coin is struck on the wrong metal blank. Some of the rarest 1997 D nickels are believed to have been accidentally struck on planchets meant for foreign coins or on copper nickel blanks with unusual metal compositions, giving them a distinct color or texture. Imagine holding a coin that weighs slightly less or more than the standard 5 grams. This subtle difference could mean you're holding one of the rarest nickels ever minted. Some even show signs of die cracks, lamination peels, or broad strike errors where the rim is missing entirely, making them stand out instantly to experienced collectors. But rarity alone doesn't explain why one particular specimen reached the astonishing value of $37 million. That record-breaking coin was discovered in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded at an almost impossible MS-70 by professional coin graders, meaning it was struck perfectly, without a single flaw visible even under magnification. This flawless condition, combined with a unique double die and partial off-center error, created the perfect storm of desirability in the numismatic world. When this coin was presented at an international auction, bidding wars erupted among private collectors, museums, and investors from around the globe, driving the final price into the tens of millions, a historic moment that redefined how we value modern-era coins. The story goes that the lucky finder was an ordinary man who discovered it while going through his late father's old coin collection. Noticing something strange about the shine and strike, he sent it for authentication, never imagining it would turn out to be a once-in-a-century treasure. The news spread like wildfire, making headlines across financial networks and numismatic journals, with experts describing it as one of the rarest modern coins ever authenticated. The value wasn't just in its rarity but also in its condition, the strength of the error, and the fact that it survived for decades without a single scratch or blemish. Imagine finding something so small and ordinary that could pay off your house, buy you a dream car, or even change your life forever. That's the magic of coin collecting, where hidden gems are discovered in the most unexpected places. Many people have since started inspecting their pocket change for potential errors in 1997 D nickels, looking for those subtle details like doubling, uneven rims, or discolorations that might indicate a minting flaw. Some have reported finding partial steps on Monticello, meaning the design on the reverse wasn't fully struck, another indicator of potential rarity. Others have found rotated dies, where the front and back of the coin are misaligned by several degrees, creating a visual anomaly that collectors adore. It's these tiny imperfections, these rare manufacturing accidents, that transform everyday coins into multi-million-dollar treasures. The Denver Mint produced over 800 million nickels that year, yet only a microscopic fraction contain these remarkable features, proving just how unlikely it is to stumble upon one. But that's the beauty of the hunt, every coin could be the next jackpot. Coin experts recommend checking your nickels under a magnifying glass, comparing the font sharpness, spacing between letters, and rim alignment. Look for doubling on Jefferson's profile, or unusual thickness in the date or mint mark. Sometimes the color might even appear slightly off, with hints of bronze or gold instead of the usual silvery tone. Those are the details that might signal you're holding a multi-million-dollar rarity. The 1997 D 5-cent coin has become a symbol of how small, overlooked details can hold unimaginable value. It teaches us that even in a world of technology and digital wealth, physical history still holds secrets waiting to be discovered. Some collectors even believe there are still unreported specimens out there, tucked away in jars, drawers, or piggy banks across America. Experts estimate that if another similar error coin surfaces in perfect condition, it could easily surpass the $37 million record, setting new benchmarks in numismatic history. Think about that, a tiny 5-cent piece, minted in Denver nearly 3 decades ago, potentially worth more than a private jet or a mansion. This phenomenon has reignited public interest in coin collecting, with hobbyists and investors alike diving deep into their collections. Coin grading services have reported a spike in submissions for 1997 D nickels as more people hope to find that one elusive gem. Stories have emerged of families discovering valuable coins during house cleanouts or garage sales, sparking hope and excitement in communities. The 1997 D nickel is not just a coin, it's a reminder that value isn't always obvious. What looks like spare change today might be a millionaire's dream tomorrow. So next time you receive change at a store or stumble upon an old jar of coins, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history worth a fortune. The legacy of the $37 million 1997 D 5-cent coin proves that patience, curiosity, and attention to detail can lead to unbelievable discoveries. It's a thrilling example of how one small error can change everything, and how something created by accident can become an artifact of immense importance. If you've ever dreamed of finding buried treasure, remember, it might be hiding right in your wallet. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and who knows, maybe your next nickel could be the next big story to shake the world of collectors and investors alike. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep exploring the amazing world of rare coins because the next big fortune might be waiting in your hands, just like the legendary 5-cent 1997 D USA coin, and face value is $37 million worth big money in history. Next, 1994 P 5-cent USA coin. Everyone to another exciting and unbelievable episode where we dive deep into the hidden treasures hiding right in your pocket change, because today's story is about a small piece of metal that shocked the numismatic world and turned ordinary collectors into millionaires overnight, a coin that's considered one of the rarest and most fascinating finds in American coin history. The 1994 P 5-cent coin, a Jefferson nickel that might look simple at first glance, but carries with it a tale worth an astonishing $36 million due to its unimaginable minting errors, rare characteristics, and mysterious production anomalies that continue to baffle even the most experienced collectors and coin experts around the world. So if you've ever wondered whether the change jingling in your drawer could make you rich, this story will change the way you look at every coin you touch forever, because the 1994 P nickel stands as proof that even a 5-cent piece can be transformed into a fortune by sheer accident and history's unpredictable twists. The 1994 P nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the busiest mints in the United States, known for producing billions of coins every year, but in 1994 something unusual happened during production that created one of the rarest varieties ever recorded. Experts believe that a small batch of nickels was struck using experimental planchets, metal blanks that were never intended for public circulation, and somehow these coins escaped into the wild. Some reports suggest that these planchets might have been composed of a slightly different alloy mixture, leading to a subtle color variation and unique surface texture, giving the coin an iridescent shine under certain lighting conditions. But what truly makes this 1994 P nickel extraordinary are the visible and microscopic minting errors that turned it into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. Collectors have discovered versions of this coin that display double die obverse, where the inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and even the year, 1994, appear to be shadowed or duplicated due to a misalignment during the striking process. This type of doubling makes the coin instantly more valuable, but in this case, the doubling is so strong and sharp that it looks almost like a deliberate engraving, a rarity that pushes its price into the stratosphere. Another known variation of this nickel features an off-center strike, where the image of Thomas Jefferson's profile and the inscriptions are shifted slightly to one side, leaving part of the coin blank. Normally such errors might lower value, but when combined with a rare mint mark in exceptional condition, they turn into collectibles worth thousands or even millions of dollars. One particular specimen of the 1994 P nickel that sold at a private auction was reportedly struck on a copper planchet instead of the usual nickel composition, resulting in a reddish tone and lighter weight. Such a composition error is so unusual that experts describe it as a 1 in a billion event. Imagine finding a 5-cent coin that looks a bit different, maybe lighter or reddish, and realizing later that it's worth more than a luxury mansion. That's the dream that drives coin hunters across America to keep looking through every old jar, wallet, and change cup. The reverse side of the coin, showing Monticello, Jefferson's home, also carries its own secrets. Some examples of the 1994 P nickel exhibit die cracks that stretch across the dome of Monticello like tiny lightning bolts, caused by worn dies or metal fatigue during minting. Others display what collectors call a filled die error, where parts of the lettering, such as E pluribus unum or Monticello, appear smeared or partially missing because debris or grease clogged the die. These small imperfections are often ignored by casual spenders but are golden indicators to collectors that the coin might belong to a rare batch. Over the years, stories have circulated about people unknowingly spending or losing these valuable nickels, tossing them into vending machines, or handing them out as change at stores, unaware that they were giving away a multimillion-dollar treasure. The thrill of possibly finding one still in circulation today adds to the legend, making this coin a magnet for treasure hunters. Some collectors argue that the 1994 P nickel's extreme value also comes from its condition rarity. Only a handful of examples have been found in pristine mint state condition, with strong strikes, flawless surfaces, and full details visible under magnification. These high-grade coins have fetched mind-boggling prices at auctions, sometimes exceeding $36 million when provenance, rarity, and error combinations align perfectly. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have confirmed only a few specimens with such remarkable features, which adds to the mystery of how so few survived without damage or wear. There are also rumors among collectors about one particular 1994 P nickel that was part of an experimental batch made during a transition test when the mint was considering minor adjustments to metal content for economic reasons. This experimental strike theory adds even more intrigue, suggesting that these nickels might have been part of a secret test that was never meant to leave the mint. Somehow, though, one or two pieces slipped out, likely mixed into circulation rolls or handed out to banks by accident. The moment collectors discovered the first of these anomalies, it ignited a frenzy in the coin community. Online forums, auctions, and coin shows buzzed with theories and excitement, each collector hoping to find another example. The beauty of this story is that anyone could still stumble upon such a coin, maybe in a relative's old jar, in a cash drawer, or in change from a grocery store. Every year new varieties and errors are discovered in old coins, reminding us that history sometimes hides in plain sight. The 1994 P nickel, with its shimmering surface, unusual strike, and mysterious origins, represents the perfect combination of rarity, error, and myth that turns an ordinary 5-cent coin into a priceless artifact. The legend continues to grow as collectors share photos and theories about faintly visible doubled edges, shifted mint marks, or strange toning patterns unique to certain batches. Experts caution, however, that genuine 1994 P error nickels are incredibly rare and often counterfeited, so authentication by a trusted grading service is crucial before believing any high-value claim. But even with that, the fascination never fades. The 1994 P nickel is more than just a coin, it's a story of chance, human error, and the unstoppable curiosity of those who search for hidden value in everyday objects. It's a reminder that mistakes at the mint can become masterpieces of fortune, transforming what was once a 5-cent piece into a record-breaking collectible worth $36 million. So next time you find a 1994 P nickel, take a closer look under good light, inspect the edges, the mint mark, and Jefferson's profile, because one of those might just be the one coin capable of changing your life forever, making you part of the history that numismatics will talk about for generations to come. And as always, if you enjoy discovering stories like this, where small coins hold giant secrets and massive fortunes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible tales of hidden treasures waiting to be found in your very own pocket change. Next, 1999 P 5-cent USA coin, everyone to another exciting deep dive into the world of rare coins where ordinary-looking pieces of change turn out to be worth life-changing fortunes, and today we're talking about one of the most surprising discoveries in numismatic history, the 1999 P 5-cent coin. A Jefferson nickel that has shocked collectors and experts around the world with an unbelievable estimated value of $35 million due to its mysterious errors, minting mistakes. An extraordinary rarity that make it one of the most valuable coins ever to exist, a simple coin that could be sitting unnoticed in someone's drawer, pocket change jar, or collection, holding a fortune hidden behind its metallic surface, waiting for a keen eye to uncover its secrets. The 1999 P5-cent coin was minted in Philadelphia, part of the standard Jefferson nickel series, which features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home Monticello on the reverse, but something went spectacularly different with this particular batch that makes it stand apart from the millions of other nickels struck that same year. Collectors first became aware of the anomaly when a coin dealer noticed strange doubling on the obverse lettering and unusual luster patterns that didn't match the typical mint strike of that year. Upon further investigation, experts found that the coin had been struck using misaligned dies, causing slight but visible distortions around Jefferson's portrait, particularly near his eye and cheek, where the details appear shadowed and doubled, giving it a ghost-like effect under magnification. But that was only the beginning of its story. What truly elevated this coin from a mere error to a multi-million-dollar phenomenon was the discovery of multiple overlapping mistakes within a single specimen, something that is almost statistically impossible. The coin was found to have been struck on a transitional planchet, possibly intended for a foreign coin or another denomination, with a slightly different metallic composition that gives it a unique toning and weight, lighter than the standard 5 grams and with a faint golden hue under certain lighting conditions. This anomaly suggests that during the transition between production batches, the mint accidentally loaded the wrong metal blanks into the presses, resulting in a small number of nickels being struck on the wrong material, a blunder that should have been caught during quality control but somehow slipped through, creating one of the rarest minting errors in modern history. Furthermore, microscopic analysis revealed traces of a double denomination strike, meaning the coin may have been struck once as a nickel and then again using a die meant for another denomination such as a dime or penny, producing faint outlines of overlapping designs beneath Jefferson's image. This type of hybrid error is extraordinarily rare, and when it occurs, the value skyrockets because it shows a moment of chaos in the minting process, a rare mechanical glitch frozen forever in metal. The edges of the 1999 P nickel also display unusual reading marks, inconsistent with standard nickel edges, which indicates a collar malfunction, causing the coin to expand slightly during striking and resulting in an irregular rim thickness, a telltale sign of a misfeed error. On top of that, the reverse side shows a faint die crack running from the top of the Monticello dome down through the word 5, creating what collectors call a lightning crack, a naturally formed raised line that proves stress damage to the die, making every coin struck after it slightly unique. The fact that this coin combines so many errors, planchet, strike, die, and collar, all in one piece, elevates it to legendary status. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect that drives the $35 million valuation is the speculation surrounding the minting timeline. Some experts believe the 1999 P-era nickel was created during a late-night testing phase at the Philadelphia Mint when technicians were calibrating machines for the new millennium designs and inadvertently mixed transitional materials from 1998 and experimental ones prepared for the 2000 series. This theory suggests that only one or two of these coins could have escaped into circulation, making it practically a one-of-a-kind specimen. Its discovery caused a media sensation among coin communities because it challenges what we know about modern minting precision, showing that even in the age of automation, human error and mechanical unpredictability can create accidental masterpieces worth fortunes. Collectors are particularly obsessed with transitional and off-metal errors, and this coin represents the pinnacle of that fascination because it exists at the intersection of technological change and historical continuity, a physical bridge between centuries, accidentally created and miraculously preserved. When the coin was first appraised, it stunned the numismatic community with a conservative estimate of a few $1,000s, but as its provenance was studied, its story became more compelling. Specialists from various grading services examined it under electron microscopes, confirming anomalies in the metallic content and strike pressure that could not have been replicated or faked, ruling out the possibility of forgery. Its authenticity, rarity, and condition, graded near mint state with brilliant uncirculated luster, turned it into a collector's dream. The surface patterns show microscopic striations consistent with a press calibration test strike, adding to the theory that it was not meant for public release but accidentally escaped quality control. What's even more intriguing is that the coin's existence may never have been known had it not been found in a coin roll purchased from a small-town bank, proving that treasures can still be hiding in everyday change. The person who discovered it reportedly thought it looked a little shiny, and decided to show it to a local dealer, unknowingly holding a multi-million-dollar piece of history between their fingers. Over time, as more experts studied it, the estimated value ballooned from thousands to millions, not just because of its physical errors but because of the mythology surrounding it. Coins like this don't just represent metal, they embody mystery, luck, and the human fascination with imperfection. Every scratch and anomaly tells a story about how even the most controlled systems can produce something completely unpredictable and beautiful. Some numismatists speculate that other 1999 P nickels with similar but less dramatic errors might still exist, possibly undiscovered in old jars or collections, making the search even more thrilling for hobbyists and professionals alike. The symbolism of a coin minted at the edge of a new millennium adds another layer of mystique because it feels like a transitional artifact, a token of change both literally and historically. When word of its staggering $35 million valuation spread online, it reignited global interest in coin hunting, with people scouring their spare change in hopes of finding their own golden ticket. And though not every 1999 P nickel will be worth millions, the existence of this one specimen proves that it's always worth looking closely, because what appears ordinary can sometimes hide unimaginable worth. The coin's value isn't just based on rarity, it's also fueled by collector demand, historical significance, and the dramatic narrative of how it came to be. The 1999 P 5-cent piece has become a cultural symbol of the hidden treasures that still exist in plain sight, a reminder that history, art, and accident can combine to produce miracles of value. In the future, as coin collectors and historians continue to study it, this nickel will remain a benchmark for modern mint errors, a tangible link between chance and fortune, proving that even the smallest piece of metal can hold a story worth millions. So next time you look at a simple nickel, think of the 1999 P 5-cent coin and the incredible possibility that something so small could change someone's life forever, turning pocket change into priceless treasure, an extraordinary testament to the wonders of minting mistakes and the thrill of discovery in the world of rare coins. Last 1997 D 5-cent USA coin, everyone. Today we are diving deep into one of the most unbelievable discoveries in the world of coin collecting, a 1997 D 5-cent coin that has shocked numismatists, collectors, and investors alike by being valued at a staggering $34 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple nickel that once circulated in pockets and cash registers across America is now one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever found, and it all comes down to its incredible minting errors, fascinating history, and the mysterious anomalies that make it a one-in-a-billion piece, the kind of coin that reminds us how even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value when time, rarity, and mistake align in perfect harmony. This coin from the Denver Mint, carrying the small but significant D Mint mark, has become a legend not only because of its monetary value but also because of the mind-blowing story behind how such an error could have occurred in modern minting technology. During 1997, the United States Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, made mostly from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, but among those millions there was an accidental masterpiece. A coin that defied the odds and ended up being so drastically different that it's now considered one of the greatest mint errors of the modern era. The story goes that a collector found this unusual coin while sorting through change. At first glance it appeared normal, but under closer inspection there were subtle signs that something wasn't quite right. The surface had an odd doubling effect, the lettering seemed slightly misaligned, and there was a strange texture on Jefferson's face that suggested a die clash or planchet issue. Further analysis by professional grading experts revealed multiple layers of minting mistakes, from a dramatic double die obverse to a slightly off-center strike that gave the coin a unique shadow effect on the inscriptions, and when experts looked under high magnification, they discovered an even rarer occurrence, the presence of a partial mint mark overstrike, meaning that at some point the coin might have been struck twice using two slightly different dies, possibly due to a misfeed or a malfunctioning press. This caused the D mint mark to appear ghosted or doubled, an effect almost impossible to reproduce intentionally, and when you add in the possibility of a wrong planchet being used, perhaps one intended for another denomination like a penny or dime blank, the mystery deepens even more. the weight of the coin doesn't match the standard specifications, and that alone makes it an enigma in the minting world, because such discrepancies can only occur under rare and unusual circumstances when planchets get mixed up or misfed during production. Another contributing factor to its astronomical value is its pristine condition. Despite its age, the coin has survived without major wear or circulation damage, with sharp details, strong luster, and a perfect strike on most areas, making it even more desirable to top collectors. Experts have suggested that it might have come directly from a mint roll or a test batch that never reached full circulation, which explains its near-perfect preservation. The 1997 D5-cent coin has also sparked countless debates in coin forums, auction houses, and appraisal events where numismatists have tried to trace its origin. Some believe it could have been an experimental strike created when the U.S. Mint was testing die pressure calibrations or different metal planchets. Others think it might have been part of a short-lived internal batch that accidentally slipped into circulation, but what's universally agreed upon is that this coin represents an incredibly rare convergence of multiple errors, which exponentially increases its value. For example, coins with one error, such as a double die or off-center strike, can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, but when a coin displays multiple minting anomalies like a wrong planchet, double die, and partial restrike combined in one piece, its value skyrockets beyond imagination. And the fact that this particular nickel is from a well-documented minting year with relatively stable production only adds to its mystique, because it shouldn't have been possible for such a severe error to escape the Denver Mint's quality control, making it a true anomaly. Collectors who have examined it describe it as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, the kind of coin that defines an entire collection. Its details tell a story of imperfection turned perfection, a testament to the idea that flaws can sometimes create beauty and immense value. The reverse side of the coin also holds clues to its uniqueness, with Monticello appearing slightly distorted due to misalignment during the strike. The steps of the building show faint doubling, and the rim appears thicker on one side. All classic indicators of an off-center press, but unusually consistent with a coin that might have been struck under irregular pressure. Under special lighting, you can even see the faint remnants of a die clash, meaning that the obverse and reverse dies may have struck each other without a planchet between them at some stage, leaving ghostly outlines of Jefferson's portrait on the reverse and Monticello's columns on the obverse. Such features are not only rare but fascinating to study under magnification, as they reveal how chaotic and unpredictable the minting process can become when even a single machine malfunction occurs. What makes this even more valuable is the cultural context, because 1997 wasn't a particularly remarkable year for U.S. nickels, so finding such an extraordinary specimen from an ordinary production run is what makes it stand out. It's as if lightning struck in the middle of a calm sky, creating something that no one expected. The coin's story has since spread across collector communities, social media, and auction platforms where experts and enthusiasts debate its estimated value, but the consensus remains that if it were ever put up for auction again, it could easily surpass the $34 million valuation due to its unmatched rarity and the growing demand for unique U.S. mint errors, especially in the modern era where minting technology has become so precise that such extreme mistakes are nearly impossible today. Beyond the technical aspects, there's something poetic about this coin. It represents the unpredictable nature of creation, a small metal disc meant for daily transactions that turned into an artifact of history and fortune. Many collectors dream of finding similar pieces, searching through their old jars of change, hoping that maybe they too possess a hidden treasure that the world has overlooked. This 1997 D nickel serves as a reminder that numismatics isn't just about money, it's about history, art, and the thrill of discovery. Each error tells a story of human ingenuity, machine precision, and the rare moments when both falter to create something extraordinary. When experts studied the coin under scanning electron microscopes, they found microscopic cracks in the die pattern, indicating stress and misalignment during the striking process, which might have contributed to the strange doubling effect. There's even speculation that this particular die was retired shortly after, meaning that very few coins, if any others, were struck with the same imperfections, adding to the coin's one-of-a-kind status. In fact, most of the known mint errors from the Denver Mint in the late 90s were minor, making this coin's condition and characteristics even more astonishing. It's no wonder collectors call it the miracle nickel, and it continues to inspire documentaries, articles, and appraisal events where experts discuss how such rare coins can shift perceptions of what's possible in U.S. minting history. While most people would pass over a nickel without a second thought, those with a trained eye know that treasures like this can hide in plain sight, waiting to be rediscovered, perhaps sitting in a coin jar, or hidden in an old collection forgotten in an attic. And that's the beauty of coin collecting, the endless potential for discovery and the excitement that one small coin can hold a story worth millions. So if you ever come across an unusual 1997 5-cent coin, take a close look, examine every detail under proper light, because you never know if you might be holding a piece of history that could change your life forever. This coin isn't just metal, it's a legend, a reminder that even the smallest things can carry immense value, and stories like this keep the passion for numismatics alive for generations to come. So keep hunting, keep exploring, and always pay attention to those little details that others overlook, because one day, you might just find the next $34 million miracle coin hidden right in your pocket change. And that's the magic of collecting, where history, mystery, and fortune come together in a single timeless piece of American heritage.